4 weeks passed already. Again, 4 weeks of interest income in P2P. Time for an update, and so welcome to another video on my channel Investment Talks. In this video I will show you as usual all the platforms just to exchange what changed since the last 4 weeks, and also I want to exchange with you this time about my Autoinvest settings. So as always, looking forward to exchange in the comments, and thank you for watching. Let's start with MINTOS. MINTOS, you can see that there is a lot of cash drag, which is due my Autoinvest settings, I believe. So let's have a look. Here I have to click. Always confused when I make video at the same time. And people might ask me why well, first of all, we have to say, yes, of course, there have been these changes in the program of the Autoinvest in the last weeks. But anyway, write me in the comment what you think about my Autoinvest settings. I set them some months ago together with some friends from our community, were exchanged, and also with some research, of course. And I don't want to change this all few weeks because it's simply also a matter of efforts. But yeah, I scroll down and you can see what I have checked, and yeah, really looking forward to exchange in the comments. This can help a lot and also give some inspiration what I could add maybe, and what I could reduce maybe. But anyway, if we show matching loans, it shows 0, and this is now is 1, but before in the German version it was 0. But anyway, too less for my investing. But the reason is I don't want to go down below this 10%. Yeah, if I would go down on 10%, there are a lot more. But yeah, that's my personal decision. If I'm below 11% on MINTOS, I would just prefer to go, for example, to BONDSTER, where I have about 16% and don't feel more insecure about that. Or I go to IUVO with IBAN car loans. As you know, I have this direct contact to IBAN car, where I exchange regularly with Alexander. I will meet with him personally again in June, I have planned. And of course, I will also make an update video with some questions about how IBAN car did in the last months, and what have been his experiences and learnings regarding IBAN car, but also regarding P2P, and how is this the future of the company and P2P. And yeah, but anyway, I have this direct contact and a much better feeling. Maybe, of course, it's also no guarantee. It can be wrong as well. But for me, you have to understand, I have no reason why I should invest in below 11% if I can have this investment scenario, which I really like, for 11 to 12% per year on IUVO. So this is the reason why, as you will also see later in the calculations, I reduce at MINTOS at the moment, just because of these lower interest rates. But you know, it's always a change, and one time it goes up again, and then I will be investing more maybe again. So yeah, it's always depending on the market. Yeah, and also interesting maybe the recovery. I mean, I don't want to read all the newsletter about the recovery process because for sure you can do this yourself and will be more time efficient if you do that. So also you can watch the MINTOS Ask MINTOS Anything, yeah, where they are talking a lot about the recovery. Yeah, but anyway, this is the update on MINTOS. This was my Autoinvest setting on MINTOS, and now I already talked too much in the German version, so I want to improve, yeah. So to keep it short, on TWINO you can see I already withdraw my initial investment, as you probably know if you followed my last videos. Also, let's have a short view for exchange on my Autoinvest. I have to click here, I believe. Yeah, you can see, I think, everything here. Should I click on update? Yeah, I mean, that's it basically. My Autoinvest. Yeah. So that's it on. Wait, I just have to check. Did I put the ventures? No, I did not. No, because once I added them, but then I decided no, I don't want to have them again. Yeah, okay. So also checked it for me. That's yeah, and everywhere I reduced on a maximum of 12 months. This is also because I don't know how inflation discovers in the next months and years and so on. So yeah. Then Bondora, I have not withdrawn the whole initial investment but I'm close to that, and one day I hope I can do this. Anyway, I like the diversification with Go and Grow. As you know, I wanted to have this €1 income every day, so now I already have that, and yeah, so that's all good so far, and I like it for the diversification. But as you know, in the asset allocation it should not be too much, because I expect 8% or more return on my assets in general per year. I expect this on the stock market on long term, like on 30 years. I expect about, in the average, 4% dividend return each year, and about 4% gains on the share price. Yeah, so anyway, that's Bondora. Let's continue to VIAINVEST. VIAINVEST, I withdraw my initial investment, as you know. Only the interest return is still in it, and everything is working properly so far. Let's have a check on the Autoinvest. As I said, I want to exchange with you about all my Autoinvest settings this time. Yeah, so this is my Autoinvest on VIAINVEST. Yeah. So that's it. Basically, then let's continue to Swapper. Also here, as you can see, I reduced, so I reduced and withdraw all my initial investment again. But it's really working properly. Of course, I should also have more exchange here and make more research. I mean, I have already been at Swapper office, as you know, and I met with Iveta and so on. But yeah, it should be an ongoing process. Let's check on Swapper the Autoinvest setting. Autoinvest is, yeah, this is what I said. Yeah, if you might wonder about the €50 cash track, no, it's no cash track. At least it is because I want this 1% income to be able to withdraw on each platform, and so step by step on all platforms I implement this do not invest if there is below 1% of my investment available for withdraw. Yeah, so that's basically it on Swapper, but really working properly, so all good so far. Then let's go to, so now I had to make a cut because ESTATEGURU website as usual was loading that slow that it would have taken minutes. We would have to wait just until it was loaded. It's a problem of VIAINVEST sometimes, that the website is very slow, but especially ESTATEGURU is really annoying sometimes. They have to improve that. Yeah, anyway, so what's the update on ESTATEGURU? I also reduce ESTATEGURU because of several reasons. Also, there are not so many investments above 10% per year. As you know, in these German castle projects, I don't want to invest in any way because of several personal reasons. Yeah, so no Autoinvest to show. And anyway, I reduced, but I invested in ESTATEGURU shares. So yeah, that's maybe the update on ESTATEGURU. And there are a lot of refinanced projects. So yeah, I simply decided to reduce, and below 10% for me, it's in any way no investment scenario I'm interested in P2P or P2B. Yeah, VIVENTOR, it's a real tragedy since Gielen bought the company. And yeah, it really makes me sad because I saw potential in this platform, and you don't need to understand it, but I also really like the development of this kind of P2P platform, also the interface and everything. I think it was not that bad. And also when I made this research, when I even went to Barcelona to the office, I saw opportunity in the platform and what Andreas was planning and so on. And it completely changed since Gielen bought it, and also some employees told me that it changed completely. You know, I even had the exchange with Mr. Gielen in the webcast, and I mean, of course, you know, I mean, maybe we not to become friends, you know the feeling, but was okay so far. But they said he changed completely after he bought the company, and it's really disappointing. And also the offer we got right now for, what was it, TWINO and Presto, it's really a shame. Yeah, it's embarrassing, but yeah. The thing is, both options are really like it must be a joke, yeah. But of course, you can think about suing the company, but is it worth the efforts and the money? That's always the question, because does it really get me closer to my goals? That's the question, yeah. And if I just use the time for something else, I will probably make more money than I had invested in these specific loan originators and on the platform. And also, if you pay the lawyer, of course it is okay, one can pay it and one can take the efforts, but the thing is it worth the efforts? Yeah, or is it maybe even more intelligent to say, okay, it's part of the game. I'm really upset about that, but yeah. Anyway, maybe let's exchange about that in the comments, and let's continue. Yeah, Autoinvest, I don't need to talk about it because I stopped it already since 1 year, and yeah, I'm just waiting for the money to come back. Then on BONDSTER, it is opposite. I'm really happy with the platform. You know, it's one of my favorite platforms. It's all working properly. I have a good exchange with the team, with the CEO. I had the interview in the last weeks. I am looking forward further exchange and office tour and get my impressions and my feelings and everything. And of course, it is also from the return. Yeah, it's much more attractive than other platforms. So all good so far for me at BONDSTER. Maybe let's also check the Autoinvests on BONDSTER. I will just show you each one I made. Of course, IBAN card. The problem is they don't list any more loans. Alexander Melis decided to work only with IUVO at the moment. But anyway, there are a lot of other attractive loan originators still on BONDSTER. Even it was at the beginning the reason that I invested on BONDSTER because of the IBAN card loans. But anyway, yeah, then I set some more with specific selections. Maybe let's just exchange about everything in the comments. And yeah, I mean, especially the interest return, the interest rate is much better than on most other platforms. At the moment, I think if I might maybe stop investing in Russia and Belarus in general on all platforms, which would of course reduce my investment opportunities a lot in P2P. But after my visit last year in Belarus with Alex, what I've seen there and what's going on in the world at the moment, you don't need to be invested in all countries. And then we look to IUVO. Somebody asked me, of course, in a German comment, but anyway, asked me about I should show my Autoinvest settings also on IUVO for my investments on in IBAN card. There I only have this one Autoinvest set. There originally I did not set this in current, but now I set it because there was this problem with the API but it was only a mistake and they corrected everything. I was talking about it in the last update. But anyway, this is my setting. Yeah, so also for exchange if somebody is interested. And now I think it would be interesting to check the calculations. These are my payouts. This is what I transferred to the platforms, and this time I paid out only and did not transfer any money there. There have been some reasons. I will come to it later. Yeah, I withdrew 1,250 at MINTOS, and after I recorded this update, because you know I always make these calculations and I don't have time on the same time to record the video, and I didn't want to change too much, so I waited with the withdraw after I recorded this video. But I will withdraw probably in the next days at MINTOS once more for the next month, for the next 4 weeks period. But in the last 4 weeks, 1,250 I already withdraw because simply there's to my Autoinvest settings not enough loans available. Bondora I reduced with this 400 euro because I already have this 1 euro I wanted to have. Again, nobody need to understand why I want to have this, but I wanted this 1 euro interest return each day, and I already reached this goal, and so I said, okay, not more than that, and I reduced on the 400 euros, also as I wanted to reduce in general because, yeah. Then ESTATEGURU I reduced on the already mentioned reasons, like there are more and more projects refinanced and yeah, also not so many available, and also I want to reduce in general on P2P a bit. I reduced ESTATEGURU. Then VIVENTOR, for me it's like I withdraw every cent I can get. Yeah, and BONDSTER, all good so far. I just yeah, withdraw, so the interest return one can say. And so all in all, I withdraw about 4,000 euro from the P2P. So my total amount invested in the P2P asset is a bit lower now this month. And yeah, you can see my calculations here. Also the amount I invested on each platform can be seen here again. And then very interesting, I think, is always how much return did I make on each platform for the exchange. And yeah, so you can read it yourself, I believe. I don't need to read it for you. What did I write here in German? For me, this is something I don't really calculate, because for me it's already something I partly at least write off, which is part of the game. This is the reason why we don't put everything in one platform. So but still happy with 815 euros in 4 weeks interest return. I mean, this is income I'm happy to have. And what else did I write here? So why did I reduce? Because I made even more purchases on the stock market, and I increased so my equity ratio. And also I'm still thinking about buying an apartment in Spain, especially maybe around Marbella, where I will go in the next month, and maybe check also some apartments available there, because if I just look on the weather forecast, I think this would be enough motivation why I'm doing that. No, but as I already talked a lot about it in the last videos, I think about having a second part of each month, so the 2 weeks in Vienna, doing all my apartment. I really appreciate here, and my business I appreciate here so much, and I'm very thankful for, and maybe having some time to rest, but not only to rest, some to make different experience. I would I think that's good to call it, in the second part of the month in Spain, where I can make the videos, where I can start other projects again, new projects, and I think this would be really, really good for, I think I would really appreciate that. And especially, of course, in the winter time, when, I mean, this is a crazy year because the weather is really bad since about 10-11 months in Austria. It's raining nearly every day. Also today it's raining again, but this is not normal. But in winter time, it's really bad weather conditions in Austria, as you all know. Very foggy in Vienna, and I would love so much to be at least 2 weeks each month in the sunny south in Spain, higher temperatures, and so I'm dreaming again. I mean, this is for sure not something I will change from today to tomorrow. I will have to check the market, the real estate market in Spain, and sleep about it several times, and but it's in my mind, and this is also a reason why I want to keep the cash ratio when I buy on the stock market, so that I also have this cash ratio to be a bit flexible. And if I really buy an apartment in Spain, I will need cash. Of course, I will use cash from the P2P investments as well for this apartment. So the platform ranking, I already put out VIVENTOR, because for me it's it's not to be in the platform ranking anymore. I think it would not make sense for me for my own ranking. But this is it. What did I write here? We already talked about it. No more loans available on the Autoinvest setting I have at MINTOS at the moment, so I prefer BONDSTER with 16% return, or IBANCAR with 11 to 12% return on through IUVO. ESTATEGURU, it's also, I mean, there are several reasons, each update I mentioned something about it. I don't want to repeat myself all the time. It's also about this inflation thoughts, so about the whole scenario on my investment and my asset allocation, why I reduce. It's also a reason why I don't make any, where I said, if you watch closely, I said all my Autoinvests only up to 12 months loans now, not for a long term. Also, it's a reason because of, on the one hand, if maybe it takes 1 year when I want to buy something on the real estate market, but I don't want to be too long in this asset, and it's also a reason of inflation and so on. And that's basically it for the moment. I hope you liked the video and it was okay for you. All the best. Bye bye. See you soon.